Hi guys, welcome to this video. So a friend of mine recently upgraded their GPU to a very shiny NVIDIA 2080, and he put it into sort of an older PC. It doesn't have what I would call a cutting edge or bleeding edge PC. It's about 3-4 years old, and it made me think just how much of an overall gaming experience is dictated by the system that you put your graphics card in. So because I have lots of hardware sticking around, I thought let's do a little experiment. So let's go over the hardware we're going to use for this video. I've got a couple of PCs here. This one, the larger one, is my current setup. It's an AMD Ryzen 2600 based system with 32 gigabytes of RAM and an M.2 boot drive. This smaller system here, the nice shiny orange one, is a rig I built maybe 4 years ago. It's based on an Intel i5 4690K, which came out in 2014. It's got 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM and a traditional SATA boot drive. Now, the card I'm going to run in both these machines to do this experiment is an NVIDIA GTX 1070. Now, a lot of people will probably say, why am I not going with something more expensive? And the reason for that is, well, one, I'm skint, and this is the card that I have in my main rig at the moment. And two, probably this is more representative of what most people would have in their systems. You know, it's all well and good using something like a 2070 or 2080, but that's beyond at the moment the reach of most, you know, casual gamers, those that aren't doing it professionally, or you know, real enthusiasts. So I thought this would give a more representative view. So let's talk a little bit about the difference in terms of performance between these two systems. Now, I ran a quick Cinebench of these both, and the older system here comes up with a Cinebench 20 score of 1296. It runs on 4 cores at 3.5 gigahertz. Now, the larger system, the newer one, gets a score of 2630, so just over double the older system, and is a 6-core processor running 12 threads at 3.4 gigahertz. So on paper at least, this system is probably about twice as fast as the older one. So let's see how that translates into gaming performance when we use this 1070 in both these PCs. Okay guys, so I'm going to run with the newer PC first, purely because the card's already in it. We're going to run through a few different games. I'll montage some footage of that, and then we'll go through some conclusions at the end. Where a game does have a built-in benchmarking facility, so like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, GTA 5, we'll just go through those benchmarks. Where a game doesn't have a built-in benchmarking tool, we'll do a bit of gameplay footage, and we'll use Fraps to record the frame rate, and a little capture box to cover the footage so that we're not tying up the CPU trying to encode a video as we play the game. So enjoy this montage, guys. We'll splice together the footage with the new PC followed by the old. We'll make sure it's subtitled so you can see what's going on, and then we'll go through some conclusions at the end, and we'll see if the age of the system, the power of the processor and the memory, etc. has an impact on the performance when it comes to gaming.
Workforce, and each year we harvest only the best of the best. Are you ready to move on, to take on new challenges, to become more than you?
Estaré aquí toda la noche.
¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños!
Estaré aquí toda la noche.
¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños!
So guys, after those tests, I'm finding the results quite interesting. I mean, there's definitely across the board a performance dip when you put the same card into the older machine compared to the newer one. But what I wasn't really expecting was how drastic that would be in some cases. So I'll run you through some of these statistics. Rocket League, on the old system, 103 frames per second average. On the new system, 217, so over twice as fast on the new system. Now you could argue at full HD on a 60 Hz monitor, you're not even going to notice that, but it's worth mentioning. PUBG, on the old system, 93 frames per second, new system 126. So certainly if you're running at full HD but on a 144 Hz monitor, you're going to notice that frame drop. Doom, actually Doom didn't perform too bad. Old system 130, new system 142. So not that bad at all, but still a drop in performance when you put the 1070 in the old system. GTA 5, quite a big difference through the benchmarks there. On the old platform, 47 to 69 frames per second, depending on which scene it was running. 47 to 69. On the new system, 53 to 80. So again, I mean, on the old system, the GTA 5 benchmark was running more or less below that sort of 60 frames per second benchmark that we like, you know, for 1080p 60 Hz monitor, you want 60 frames per second to take full advantage of that. At least on the newer system, although it did drop occasionally below 60 frames per second, the majority of the time it was above 60 frames per second. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I mean, this didn't come across too bad. On the old platform, 69 frames a second, on the new platform, 74. But I'll overlay some footage here. On one of the scenes on the Shadow of the Tomb Raider benchmark, it didn't even bother rendering most of the background. So although the frame rates are not that bad, it didn't bother to render a large part of the game, and because of that, for that scene, the frame rates were particularly high when compared to the new system. So no denying it, guys, if you've got a higher end GPU, or even something like a 1070, putting in an old system is definitely going to throttle it. Putting in something that's a bit more modern unleashes the full potential, and it'd be interesting to see if this happened with something like an RTX 1070 or an RTX 1080. Presumably it would, although they have a lot more horsepower. But hopefully that's been useful for you guys. I think the lesson to be learned is it's all well and good having a powerful graphics card. You need to make sure that the rest of your system is going to be there to take advantage of it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked that video, hit the subscribe button. If you didn't, hit that one. Let me know in the comments why not, and I'll see you next time.